Hello guys, this is Otaku man. Now, I'm sorry for not uploading. I'm very sorry. But today I just opened my YouTube channel. I just saw 111 subscribers. Guys, I'm very happy. Thank you for all your support. Please support me as well. Now this is the 100k special. Sorry, I know it's late, but due to COVID-19, so the problem is on that. Sorry guys. So let's start. What if Deku had Gaster's ability? I mean power, you can say. Now Gaster's power. I have given him Gaster's all powers, and if you want, you can give him a new. I'm going to give him something special in these hands. I mean, he can summon big bone hands, right? Green. He with his. I'm going to give other abilities to the hands. With his green hand, he can use telekinesis. With his red hand, he can use fire. With his blue hand, he can use ice. With his black hands, mine glow black. He can use dark type, and you can give in comment to what kind of power type do you want other than this. Now, let's start. And how does this goes it's just like in the canon beginning. How does this work? Now Deku is go to the Quirk doctor when he is 4. The doctor said, yes, just give up on your hope, kid, you are Quirkless. He goes under some shock. Then when his childhood ex friend Bakugo knows that he is Quirkless, start picking on him, bullying him every single time, even sometime near to near bullying him properly, giving him name the Deku. And now let's just start by something new. In this timeline, Deku did go through some real shitty stuff. I know he has a quirk, but this quirk will be activated later on, not right now. I'm going to talk about something. This quirk is a transformation type quirk. When Deku gets angry, his quirk just transform him into literally this. Just the without the clothing, literally this. In the picture you can see. Now whenever he go to this kind of transformation, he always call himself gaster, and he can also summon gaster blaster. No, let's get going. Now Izuku is now at age, first day of first year of the middle school. He's not very much of a he doesn't have friends that much, but everyone just bullies him. His friend also bullies him very hardly. He is building up an emotion, anger and sadness all the time. The anger is getting unstable every time when Bakugo beat him up. Now one day Bakugo is bullying, not bully, you can say. A girl walks up to Deku and said, "Will you be my boyfriend?" Deku just shuddering and said, "Why me?" And said, "Why, you are cute." And said, "I'm not sure." Said, "Come on, okay, say okay. I love you," the girl said. And said, "Sure." Deku shuddering and said, "Sure." Then it has been just 1 month of a relationship. Deku haven't done something like kissing like that. Now whenever he is walking to the marketplace, he saw his girlfriend. Now her girlfriend name was Ah, guys, I didn't set up a name. Dumb. I just say Hiteri her name. Last name, you don't need the last name. She is just in this part and nothing else. Her last name, just forget it. Hiteri. Now he's just saw Hiteri there and said, "Why is there?" He was starting up going to plan on helping him. Then suddenly he goes there. He he saw Hitiri was pinned onto the wall. Not pinned, mean pushed onto the wall by Bakugo. He was about to say something and he saw Bakugo kissing his girlfriend and said, "When are you going to leave that nerd and come to me?" And said, "Don't worry, just soon." Just by seeing this, his hate grown too much. Even for a normal boy, his hate is getting higher and higher every time. Now he just saw this. He didn't even go there, and now he doesn't want trouble. So he the next two after 2 days, his girlfriend came to him and said, "Hey, how are you? How are you, babe?" Said Deku said with anger and little bit venom in his side. He said, "I'm okay." He said, "Oh, baby, what? No, something." And said, when she was about to say that you and me, we need to break up, we're not happening anything. So, just saying, before saying this, Izuku said, "It's not happening with us, we're breaking up." And she said in her head, said, "I didn't expect that." And said, "Okay, then okay." Then after that, Izuku's hatred is growing every day. He is having vision of this every day now. 1 year, his bullying has gotten even worse. Now, let's get. This is the second year of middle school. He is just walking by. He just saw Bakugo just bullying another kid. I mean, not another kid. You can say Momo. Bakugo is bullying Momo. When Momo Yairusu bullying Momo and said, and just seeing this, even hatred even grow more. Said the bastard even hates girl, huh? And then suddenly he goes there and he hit with the explosion in his face, guarding the girl. The girl, he said to the girl, "You can go." He said, "Go run," with a panic face. Then Bakugo said, "Oh, it's the useless Deku. Get out of the way, Deku." Then said, "No." And said, "Bullying a girl, huh?" Said, "Do you want to get hurt by you shitty Deku?" And said, "If you want to be a hero, why are you bullying a girl? You know heroes doesn't bully girl. Heroes doesn't bully girl, you know that." And said, "So what if you useless piece of shit, Deku? I know you are so useless that even your own mother feel disappointed in you. I get it now. She doesn't feel disappointed in you because she is also some worthless piece of shit. She is also worthless now." Now Deku's anger even grew more wider. Now Bakugo was talking about his mother. It was getting out of hand, and suddenly even beating him out of shit, pinning him on the ground, beating him. And then suddenly Deku snapped, said, "I had it enough." Suddenly, suddenly, a dark aura surrounding him said, "You really want a bad time, huh, bastards?" He just literally his people transform into this, and he transformed into this without the code. Just without the code and said, "Ha, you shitty fool. Now you are going to apologize to everything what you said, or else you are gonna die. No, say not die, you are going to have a bad time." Suddenly, he said, "You shit indeed. No, you always look down upon me, always had a quirk." Then suddenly, Deku just uses his telekinesis power to grab Deku. Green. He summoned his green hands to grab him. Just by grabbing him, he broke his hand, one hand, main right hand, and then said, "Are you going to apologize?" Then another lackey is running out to him. Everyone he uses telekinesis hands to just broke every single one of them up. They were screaming in pain and said, "Are you going to apologize?" Even killing intent, releasing high amount of killing intent, scaring the shit out of them. So, I don't know, I'm going to say something else. One of the lackeys really piss himself. Then just Deku saying this said, someone pissed their pants. He's gaster now. Said Bakugo said, "Who are you?" Said, "Call me gaster." Suddenly, he broke Bakugo's another arm, screaming in pain. Then suddenly said, "I'm sorry, I'm not able to do this again." Said, "Too late. I'm gonna break your leg also." When he was about to break his leg, he just stopped. Then said, "Nah, I don't want trouble right now." He transferred back into himself now. Deku has activated his quirk. He remembered everything and his personality completely changed. He became a little bit lazy, and now whenever someone talk back to him, he just talk back and kill. Not kill really. Shitting themselves. Now he doesn't even take the joke seriously. Whenever someone try to play a joke on him, they're fully finish. Now Deku just got to home. He just transferred back and got to home. Said, "Mom, I have unlocked my quirk." Said, "What is it, son?" Said, "It is telekinesis." He uses telekinesis, so he knows he has telekinesis. Just he knows that. Then said, "Okay, come on, let's resign that, register this code." Then doctor just testing him. The same doctor said, Inko said, "My son has manifested a quirk." Said, "What?" And said, "Come on, let's check him." They take another X-ray of his leg, and they saw the pinky toes. Their bone is nowhere seen. And said, "Then he is a quirk." Then said they were asked Izuku to show them. Izuku just transformed into this and uses his telekinesis power. Said doctor was also fascinated by his power. Said, "Oh kid, you have a little bit of different kind of power." And said, "Little bit different type of quirk." Said, what are you going to call this quirk?" Said Izuku said. Izuku said to doctor said, "I haven't decided it yet. Just call, you pick it, kid, you pick the name." He was about to pick, and suddenly he stopped and thinking what was wrong with his life. He thought of a name. The name was the Hand of Demon. Said the doctor said, "Really, kid, do you want to really name your quirk this?" Said, "Yes, of course I want to name." Said the name of this and what it can do. And Izuku goes to home and goes to sleep. And it was evening, and he goes to a little bit of sleepiness. Instead, he was thinking about if he can transfer into this. And he was saying, "What can I do other than telekinesis? I should see." And he saw a green hand, a blue hand, a red hand and a yellow hand appear. He saw green, yellow, blue. He was just wondering. He said, "What does the red hand do?" Just see. He just used the red hand. He saw, "Oh, I can ignite fire with this. Awesome." Said, "What kind of fire? I need to see. Can it go hotter?" Now that the fire that he used, it was hotter than Endeavor's. Even hotter Endeavor's. Get it? Now he was testing others. He said, "Now let's try the blue hands." He summoned the blue hands. He thought he can eliminate ice and said, "Wow, international." Now the yellow hand. He was about to do. He saw nothing. Now I'm going to change the yellow hand's power. He can use this for regeneration, strength and shock absorption. This hand uses regeneration and shock absorption. Now there was another black hand that was it was sort of like one for all, but not also one for all. It can go on par and par with one for all. So he just named this hand dark hand. Dark hand. The fascinating thing was the dark hand used to always active. Now he can use each of the arms at the same time, like this picture. Like he can summon two of the yellow hand and the two of the blue hands together like this, but he can summon all of them at once also, that he cannot get killed that easily. Full dangerous mode. Now Deku, now the last. After this, Bakugo never even tried to pick and fight with Deku, because he is now even feared Deku more than anything of his life. He has made a motive of himself, said, "Do not ever piss Deku or try to interact with Deku. Even call him Deku." He now call him Izuku or just Midoriya. Izuku, he just call him Izuku, and Deku just not call him Kachan now, he just call him Katsuki. After that, after gone the last day of middle school, at the start of the anime, where said the teacher came in and said, just like in the anime, said, "You have to choose a career also, kids." And said, "Who I'm kidding, we all wanna be heroes." Now Izuku just wanna be heroes. His dream is still a dream. So he wanna be a hero. Deku, he then said, "Hey teach, don't mix me with this all D-listers, psychics. Don't mix me with these pebbles. I am go." Said, "Oh Bakugo, you applied to UA." And said, "Yes, I am going to be the future #1 hero." Then Izuku, when he heard about, he was just sleeping. He is lazy, so no teacher also go near him because he look imitating. Now, when Deku just suddenly wake up and hear said, "Don't mix with the D-listers," and his eyes just go green and glowing, and he just let off some killing intent. And Bakugo just feel the intent and shiver down, just send a shiver down his spine. He just looked behind and see Deku staring at him and said, "Sorry, everybody." He just shuttered. Bakugo shuddering in fear. He said, "Sorry, everyone can be heroes, can become heroes." Now everyone was everyone was sure that Deku was awake. That's why he is doing this. And Deku said, you wretched two-faced bastard. You think you can fool me, huh? Should I break your another arms or leg, or just toss you out of the building?" Then he was begging for mercy, and Deku said, "Okay, okay, I forgive you. Not get lost, piece of shit." He just get lost, and he was walking down the same road. He said, "Hmm, I don't feel. I think something is going to bad happen." Said, he said, "My meat shield. Come on, give me your body, kid." Said, no, kid, not in that way. I mean, just give me your body. You're my hero. You are a lifesaver hero. You're my hero, kid. And Deku just go to this transformation into intimidating the sludge, and uses his ice to mean dry ice. Use dry ice. He can now mean his blue hand can do dry ice. He can make dry ice, also mean all type of ice and communication, ice and liquid type thing he can control by his blue hand. He just took out his blue hands and just like this, smirking, killing intent, releasing just blue hands, and keep freezing, and the sludge was in pain, full in pain. You know, man, dry ice can do what things to your body. Now, some dry ice was in his eye. He was in pain. Said, "Sorry, kid, please have mercy." Kid said, "No, can do." Then All Might just see this, and Deku saw All Might, and just froze the sludge villain hard. Just by this, Deku said, "Hey, All Might." Said her. Then All Might was in totally shock and said, "Did you do something?" Then said, "Thank you, young man." Said, "Do you want an autograph?" All Might said. Deku says, "No, no, thank you." Now Deku is not an All Might fanboy fully. He still respects All Might for his power, so he is not a full fan of All Might. A fully fan of All Might, he just respects All Might. Now we go the 10 months. I'm going to skip the 10 month training. What he did train really. He's just pulling some weight and just working out. Now Deku was standing at the US, said, "Wow, I'm really doing my dream, huh?" Some years before, I was crying in shock that I would never be a hero. Then what happened? I become a hero. It's like completely shock to me. But come on, let's go in. Now, you see, when in middle school he saved Momo that time. Momo was he never got his name, so she just remembered this form. Yes, he doesn't remember Deku's form, so she just ran off. Getting some help, but before she gets some help, they were all gone. Now, let's get to the entrance exam. He was listening on there and his head down and listening to stuff. And some blue hair guy was said, "Sir, did you miss the point of the fourth robot?" Said then. And then Ida just looked at Deku and said, "If you don't want to become a hero, just get out of here. You cannot sleep in the class. Sleep in that time." Just Deku wake up and said, "What do you want, Four Eyes?" Just been killing. He releasing some killing intent. Little bit scaring, little bit Ida, and said, "You shouldn't sleep in the class." Said, "I do whatever I want. Do you have any problem with it?" He just froze Ida's hand with dry ice. Not dry ice. Said, "You know, man, ice. If you are frozen in one spot, your hand started to hurt, just like that." He uses that fully. control everything. He just use his quirk and getting said, "Don't ever try to mess with me, Four Eyes, or else you are going to get it." Deku has gotten to this state that he cannot transform into this state. Also, he can use his hands to this manner of stand now. He can create pocket dimension, teleport to wherever spot he want, and teleport to spot he want. He can create warp holes also. He learned it due to this his third year fully. Sorry, he learned this due to his third year fully. Sorry, he did learn due to his first year fully. Third year of middle school now. Deku just Ida just getting scared and said, "I will get back to you for this," man clenching his fist. No. Bakugo is fully scared of him. Even he doesn't even talk to him in this point that he is so scared of him. Now Bakugo really gotten himself into a really big mess. Izuku just Izuku just go sitting on the bus going to the fake city B city, I think fake B city, yes, the exam hold. He just saw a girl, said nervous, the girl is there, I think I should cheer her. When he about to go there, Ida just stopped him and catching his just holding his shoulder and said, "You should not disturb other examinees." Deku got a little bit pissed and said, "For I didn't I tell you not to mess with me already? You are messing with me fully right now." He just kicked Ida on the face and creating a crater around them and said, "Try to mess with me again, you're gonna die." His eyes were a little bit glowing, and then his glowing stopped. And he was about to go to Ida, just grab his leg, said, "You still can," it said, little bit of broken voice said, you still cannot go disturb other examinees." Then Izuku really got mad. Then President Mike suddenly said, go, in the real fight there is no ready, straight and go." Then Izuku did nothing, he just teleport to the spot where he just saw some 0.1. He uses his telekinesis to grab every point, 0 pointer, 3 pointer, 1 pointer. Within just mere 10 seconds, he got 200 points. Now everybody was shocked, said, "Oh, this kid's telekinesis power is something else." Aizawa was also looking at him, said, Midnight says, "Oh, the kid is handsome." Poor Midnight, she hasn't seen his devil form yet. Sun said, this time Midnight said, "What is his code?" Then Blood King, I think, forget it, Blood Hero said, "Oh, Devil Hands." What a weird name. And said in the paper he says he can transform into, his Quirk is a transformation type Quirk. He can transform into another person that he called Gaster, and he has some hand floating around him, big and small hands. He can use telekinesis fully. First telekinesis, fire, ice, and another dark energy that he doesn't know. Dark energy, he haven't used it at all. Then everybody said, "Oh, that's a really powerful Quirk." Then principal, then Nezu came. Now Deku has completed the 300 point fully. When you have telekinesis at extreme level, you can do whatever you want. Now Nezu just said, let's check the boy what he do against this, what he do against the 0 pointer. He now Gaster. Oh, sorry, guys. Whenever I call Gaster, you can assume that is Deku. Now Deku just sitting. Deku just floating on the another. Just forget flying to another building. Just watching other examining. He said, "This is enough point. I don't need any more." He just watching them, and then suddenly a 0 pointer came. Everybody was running. Now said, "That's a 0 pointer then." I should not even get close. Should not do anything. It's not my time to waste. He was about to leave and he suddenly heard a girl there. That girl is Uraraka, of course. Uraraka. Then said, interesting. I should save? I should save the girl. He just teleported onto that side. Just watching a 0 pointer and he summons the big gaster blaster and just blast it completely. Slithers it. Then everybody was shocked and he just picked up the girl and said, "Are you okay, my girl?" In bright style, he picked up the girl in bright style. Carrying, she was also blushing like mad fully, and Iruku just take her to the recovery girl site and said, "Hey, Sunny, you are really strong, you know." Said, "Thank you, Granny." And then he just walking away. Said, "Just kid is very strong." Uraka just getting a kiss on his forehead. Her leg healed. Now, let's get. After a week, a letter came. Izuku and Izuku's mother. Now, Izuku's mother is full happy because he knows he inherited the telekinesis from him. Then said, Izuku, just like in the anime, said, the letter came. He just opened the letter. He opened letter. All Might says, "I am here, young Izuku Midoriya. You have been passing to UA. You have gathered 300 hero, 300 villain point and 60 rescue points. Said 60, 103. You have 360 points fully." And said, 360? How did I get to the 60? He said, "Oh, you're wondering maybe how do you get the 60 point? Because you saved the girl from the crashing 0 pointer. Oh, I get it now." Then says suddenly, "Welcome to your Hero Academia." Now, All Might wants him to even get his quirk fully. I am going to give him the quirk. Why I am giving him this quirk? For another reason. You will see soon. I think I'm going to do an hour long. I think how many times? I think I'm going to hour long. Then now Izuku's first day, he slept quite a lot because he can teleport to UA just by any time he wants. He is sleeping. His mother came barging in and said, "Get up, your ass! Are you going to get late, my dear? Izuku, you are going to be late. Get up already. Get up already." Then Izuku just gets up, brushing his teeth, eating breakfast. After breakfast has been eaten, he teleported himself to his school. He was finding the 1A. Said, "1A. My motherfucking, where is the 1A class?" Oh, then he find it. Then he's going there, and Ida just saw him glaring at him with full and rage and anger. Then, just like at the anime, and just like in the anime, Bakugo was sitting on his bench, foot beside the bench. Bakugo say, "Man down your foot over your foot already. You're disgusting the UN that kind of shit using now." The Deku came. Bakugo suddenly just wrapped his foot into his and behaving like a good sport. And Deku just stared at him. He is also getting some chills. Said, "Good morning, Izuku. Are you fine this morning?" And said, Izuku just raised his voice. Said, "Of course I am, Katsuki." He is just shivering in fear. And then the Ida noticed this and said, "Hey man, why?" Said, "Why are you shaking?" Said, "It's none of your goddamn business, Shika, get out." He's just shaking in full in fear. And then he just sit beside another dorm tray. He just sit beside Mama, and Mama didn't notice him that much. Now, the ship in this is Mama and Izuku, really. Izuku doesn't feel love that much, and his attitude changed, so he has not believe in love for a since very long time. Now Aizawa came and said, "Hey, come on, let's get to the field, outside field, wearing your gym uniform." Then said, "What about the auditorium?" One of the random students said, "Auditorium? Come on, I do whatever I want." Then he just do whatever he wants. They all change. They all notice Izuku had some burns and skin and little bit of muscle. Little bit of burn in his hand. Just by seeing little bit of burn, so he didn't say anything that much. Little bit of burn, he didn't say anything. And then said, Kirishima said, "Man, you are really ripped." Said, "Oh, thank you." He said, "Oh, thank you." Then he just wear my uniform. Not uniform, really, gym uniform. He got there, sitting there. And she just waiting for his turn. Said, "Izuku Midoriya," and said, "Yes." So what was your throw at the middle? How long did you throw at a softball throw? 34. 34. Now said, try using it at your Quirk. Said, "Quirk, huh? Okay." He just said, "I think in this situation telekinesis is better." He was just mumbling a little bit. He just suddenly a hand came in. He just threw the ball at that hand and he threw the hand up. He uses his telekinesis little bit to further around it, and it goes to infinity. Then some of the students says, "Oh, that's gonna be fun." Then said, "Yeah, that's gonna be fun, huh? Then we should do this. Whoever get last place going to get expelled." Izuku just little bit smart and said, "That's an interesting." Now Deku goes to the 50-meter dash, Ida versus Deku. Now they were in running position. Deku was not in a running position. Ida was in. And then Aizawa said, "Go." Izuku just teleport there. Then said, you can teleport? Some student said, yeah, means 0.0.1. Not a millimeter, just before that begin thing. Now, Deku just got there by sheer power also Quirk uses now. Sidestep. He is muscular, so don't forget he can have sidestep. He goes number 1, you can say. In the grip strength, he uses telekinesis to break the machine. And now, after this, now I go to Gold's lunch and I go everyone. And then the next day, everything happened according to the anime. Now the next day, Izuku was he said to do is they were going to do our hero course. Said yeah. No mind Izuku has gotten a little bit of friendship, a little bit of just knows their name everyone. Friendship that much. Now they are going to shift into the dome after the fight. Their stuff has been sent to their room, etc. Izuku just said, dorm, they're not living alone. Might be fun. Now, All Might came. I am walking to the door like a normal person. Izuku just say, no, you're not. All Might just got said, oh. Then she said, oh, anyway. We are going to have said all material whistling and said, oh now we are going to have some heroes versus villains training. Now doing the hero versus villains, everybody was excited to have some planning. Bakugo was extremely fear and said, no, do not go in Deku's place. God, if you are really here, please help me. Now God wants something else. God I am. I want to have beaten shit out of you, Bakugo. Then All Might says Team A and Team D. Team A, Izuku Midoriya and Momoya Hiruzu. And Team D, Katsuki Bakugo, Tenya Ida. Then Bakugo just started shaking in fear and said he doesn't want to even showing his reputation, so he still go. He was begging All Might fully, said, All Might, please, I don't wanna fight this. I don't wanna fight him. Then said, scared already, Bakatsuki. Then he was saying, tears falling out of his eyes, and I don't wanna fight him. He will sure kill me. I don't wanna fully fight him just then. But if you're wondering what is Deku's hero costume, is literally this coat. Now he is a human flesh, just this coat. Now All Might see this and said, what happened, young Bakugo? Even getting scarier fully. He said, I don't wanna fight him. Then said, okay. Everybody was also taken aback by this, because everyone was also taken aback by this. They all know his raw strength of power also. So they did not suppose that Bakugo said, when they see Bakugo said, extreme, the Bakugo didn't even he also scared of this kid. Now said, okay, we are replacing Bakugo to Todoroki come in. Now just to you are the villains, okay? Now Deku just was sitting. Deku was sitting, waiting for Mama. Said, oh hi, I'm Mama. And said, okay, I'm Izuku Midoriya. Nice to meet you. And just get in. And said, we should make a plan. And I said, no, don't need a plan. We don't need a plan, come, just hold my hand. Just holding hand, they just teleported to their bomb room and said, see, bomb. Just hold the bomb, said, oh, just 1 second. And All Might said, no, it cannot happen. Come on, fight just. And said, okay, All Might. He wanted to see his sides fight because Bakugo was shivering in fear. Then Ida just sheer in anger just said, I'm going to kick you. Ida just kicked Izuku in the face. Izuku didn't even get a little back also. He uses special burst. A special move, he uses it but nothing happens to him. And then Deku got a little bit of angry and said, you little shit, you hit me on the face, huh? And Izuku's aura changed. He changed into this and said, you little shit, you changed you. Now you're gonna have it. And Bakugo just laughing and said, that kid is finished. Izuku used telekinesis to just 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 like Hulk, he just doing this, but not with hands, with his fingers, you can say. Just Hulk, when he does to Loki, that thing. Ida, who had broken his arms and two arms fully, and he let him go. And then Todoroki, then he launched an ice. He said, I think I should use fire sometimes. And he just change his hands, this like this hand into red hands. Fire igniting from them. His pupil changed color to red. And said, oh, little piece of shit. And said, oh, half and half. Oh, said, oh, little shit. I think you are in trouble. I think I should enlighten you with fire. He just used blue fire in the ice fully. And so All Might was also taken back by this. Oh shit. He is the successor I want. All Might is happy fully said he is the successor I want. Now All Might is just dreaming that he is the successor. He will be the successor. After this also Todoroki also got bodied by Deku. He didn't have to break anything, so he just changed into Momo, just wondering, said, you are the one who saved me. In mind, she said, OMG, wow. She was fully in dreaming state. Oh my god, I do love him fully. Now Izuku just noticed fully blushing and said, are you sick or something? He's not that oblivious, but he just saw my face fully red. Said, are you sick or something? Your face is red. Her face saw more go red. And Izuku just changed him and said, she's totally in love with me. Said, no, she's not that bad either. If she conceives, I'm going to conceive also. So that's not going to be that problem. Then after the day ended, they were all going to their dorms. When suddenly All Might says, oh, young Midoriya, could you just stop? I want to talk to you. Said, okay. He just changed into his school uniform and was waiting for him. Almost said, you don't want to be my successor. You have the potential of a hero. You are a good man. Good. You can be the hero. Said, what do you mean by successor, really? And said, you will have power to access to my Quirk. Access to your Quirk. I didn't read any books that Quirk can be passed down. And said, then Izuku just said, will you take it? Not his All Might said, will you take this kid? And said, he was just thinking and said, okay. It's just All Might was written by he said, just okay. I don't have anything to do, so just okay. Okay mean okay. Wait a second, I'm going to change something. Now the deku, I'm going to change the wallpaper a little bit. That wallpaper was good, I know, but still I want to use something else. Now, this is Deku's whole arm system. You know some of the arms, how they work. I'm going to know now. All Might said eat it. Because his body is good, he can contain it. He has regeneration, don't forget that part. Now said okay, said eat it, said Izuku just said what? Oh, eat it. Said yes, eat it. He just say if you want to inherit my body, you have to need some DNA. Mine. He said okay, man, it's going to be a long day today. He just eat the hair and said I don't feel any difference that much. And then suddenly, not suddenly really, I said give it some time, it will open. And All Might giving his number said if anything other thing happen, just call me, okay? Now Quirk is fully want to Bakugo. Erika fully want Deku fully, but Deku doesn't have feeling for her because she is little bit too childish. So now they go to the dorms. Everybody's room. Aiza was just tell, oh Midori, you're here. Your room is next to your floor is next to there. Said okay. He just get inside. Said my stuff are here. Said then the time 3 hours passed. Now at the night they all are in the common room. He is also in the common room. Not common room. He was about to go to common room, and then he said, Kaminari said, come on. Said I'm going to plan a prank on him. Said what? Said everybody said what prank? Bakugo was in listening. He was watching TV, watching your television. So he said I'm going to plan a prank on him today. What kind of prank? Said he was just in wait. And then suddenly he just uses the tape to invisible tape the door. He just taped the door. Now Deku when he's going to get inside, he just caught onto the prank. He said, oh mother God, who did this prank? I'm gonna kill that piece of shit. Who did that? Screaming and hurt and said, oh shit. They all forget about it now. Deku just using every one of these ornaments said, who did that prank, or everyone is going to get punished. Now just in this form, who did that? Not this form, another form, that picture from other. Who did this prank? Everything like this, everything come. Said, or else they are going to get punished fully. He is getting fully and anger scared. Said, sorry. And Bakugo was getting said, oh shit, I'm getting hurt. He just ran out to the jungle. He is even also scared of this farm. Also Izuku whenever he is beating someone else or other people, he attacked Bakugo because he hates him. Now said, you little shit is going to get bodied again. Now Deku just captured him He said, I'm going to use my fire on you. Gaster blaster. Then he just dragged him into his room, capturing with this one of these hands. He said, help me, help me. Everybody said, sorry Kaminari, we are very sorry. Then after that, we can heard scream, screaming like hell, pain. Then he get up of the room and said, no, you should be loved. No, you should be loved something.